Hey everyone, welcome to this special episode today where we are going to dive deep into the Bangalore real estate scene, sitting right in the heart of HSR layout today with Mr. Sai Ganesh, founder of Bream Realty. Hello sir.
Hi Arpit.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. How are you?
All great, all going great. So today in the next 30 minutes, we are going to talk about your journey and all the trends that are going on in the Bangalore commercial office space in which Bream Realty majorly focusing on right now, and also why HSR layout is going to be the, I think, biggest the hub of office spaces for startups and big companies as well. So guys, if you are someone who is planning to buy dream home or a dream office in Bangalore, this podcast is going to be very helpful for you because we are going to talking in and out a very raw real estate market that's going on right now in Bangalore. Yeah, so you can start with your background and like how it started, about your childhood, and
Sure.
that our audience get to know about you.
Sure, Arpit. Thanks a lot for having me first in this podcast and talking about my background and why am I into real estate and how far it has been so far in this particular journey. So I hail from a normal middle class background. But my parents were, into real estate during their early ages, during their, 30s and all of that. So they used to do local level real estate. So during my bachpan say, during my childhood, they used to take me to, dealings of, small plots and all of that. So they used to take me to surveys. So that's when I got to actually have something for this particular industry. So I'm very fascinated by, traveling to different places to see the sites and all of that. So that was, during my very childhood. So after that, I got into NIT Trichy. So I'm an engineering by my background. So I did my instrumentation and control. And once after my graduation, I also got to, work for a global financial firm for close to 1 year. But during my college days, I was more of a, media, marketing and, business sort of a person than, doing the actual engineering academics.
I think all engineering students are multi-talented guys.
Exactly. So engineers can do, any sort of thing.
Like yes. It's a great fact in the market.
Exactly. It's in their blood to, build things up. So that sort of momentum they carry. And my college gave me a very good environment for me to self-discover about myself.
NIT Trichy.
So I got to involve myself in marketing there. So I was, a part of a marketing team for our festival. So we used to raise around 1.5 crores per month just for the festival. Exactly. So we used to partner up with, big brands like Coca-Cola, Pepsi and all of that. So at that time, it was even, I was able to learn marketing and I took a lot of, leadership roles with technologies, what has been, incubated in and around campus. So I had this marketing exposure, media exposure, and also like the academically, I was instrumentation and control engineer. So we are mostly into the feedback loops and how to, run operations, how to, make systems. So this is somewhat of related to, building a big business. So, and also I am very curated by the fact that how, big businesses run and also the capitalism, how, it's driving current day's economy and all of that. So that's when, it started kicking in and, since I had my, real estate background through my family also, I explored a lot of sectors. I explored FMCG, I explored, retail businesses, I explored, capital markets. But real estate is where I find, there's a lot of gap for organizing. So then I took a leap of faith and like if I go through my, Google Drives of my first year, second year, you can see ideas documented about,
So did you started your corporate journey from Bangalore only?
I started my corporate journey from Bangalore only. That was again a blessing. So immediately after my college, since it's a, tier 1 college, I got to get a very good placement and also, I was making a very good amount of money also to actually have a very good stable career here. But that's where I got to observe things in and around Bangalore, the sort of urbanization happening and the, right from the, villas, high rises and wherever I used to commute in ORR to my HSBC office, everywhere I see it's all constructions. It's all, the sounds of,
Which location your office in Bangalore?
So my location was in Bellandur itself.
Bellandur,
It was an
It's the hub of these MNC companies in Bangalore.
Yes.
And you can see all the new projects, these commercial residential projects coming up in that area.
Exactly.
It's growing a lot, I think, growing heavily in that area.
Exactly. It's a proper, special economic zone.
Yes.
That's where I got the, drive that, you are in the right place, and, it's a very good time to start your own business. Analyze what it is, and, apply what all skills you have, what all expertise you have to build a product in this market, and, to serve for the real estate needs. So that's how I started, and
Yeah. So you mentioned that you did a 1 year of corporate, in your corporate.
Yes.
But what I had got to know, and also like a lot of people know that in all the founders in the market right now, they at least work for like 5 to 10 years. They get a good experience of the market, what's going on in the market. Then they start something of their entrepreneurial journey. You told that after a year of your corporate only, you started this real estate entrepreneurship on your own, started with an independent broker, and now going great with Bream Realty. Can you tell how was that journey, like working for a year for 9 to 5 for corporate and this real estate entrepreneurship, Bream Realty, what you did till now, like in Bream Realty?
Sure thing. So my thing was that, I got whatever corporate experience I had to have since my college only. It's not that, it was my first year of my, corporate experience with a global financial firm. It was not very exacting to me. So the things which I used to do in my college, the independent projects what I used to do during my college, it had a real purpose, and I got to learn a lot there than just working for a corporate firm. I felt like, the sort of systems I wanted to build, the sort of, marketing, media.
Culture that you had got in your college.
Exactly.
It was the same thing happens, I think, in a lot of, like for me as well, if I take my example also, like I did my graduation from Christ University, and the culture that the people that I meet at college, I think it was the perfect vibe of the energy. You will get a good energy in college, and you had only tried a lot of stuff in college, I think.
Exactly. And during my college also, I got to intern with a lot of financial firms.
Great.
And also I used to, coordinate for placements and all of that. So in and around, I know what the system is about. And it's like through my, all of my friends are employed in corporate. So I already have a safety net through my network. That any day if I wanted to work, I can go back to corporate. So I thought, why to, waste years? Instead of that, take one problem, build your own corporate. So you start very small. You understand how the, business works, how to, make system, how to make, people, how to expand it as a brand and all of that. So I was wanting for a problem statement. So I had my, a home in HSR layout, luckily, while I got, placed in EcoSpace in Bangalore. So at that point of time, I had to start at some point as what, the inner drive was, kicking me. So I started with small two-let houses in and around, HSR layout. So whenever I used to go for walk, jog and all, I used to see a lot of two-let boats. But I used to hear from the market that I'm not getting houses, it's very tough to find, Being in a premier area like HSR.
Your inner childhood real estate.
Exactly, all the childhood real estate.
After seeing that two-let, like I think after coming to Bangalore, people see that people like these watches, shoes and clothes. They have fond of these things. But I think what fond of me being a real estate enthusiast, these buildings only. I think I love buildings. Whenever I see a good building, a high rise, I stand there for 5 minutes and think that how I'm going to building that, and how when I will be going inside that, stepping inside that building, that feeling will come in you. I think that same feeling.
That's what exact same feel. So then I started contacting owners, made a Google form for people to sign up if they want to have any requirement. Then I started marketing those properties in all the platforms and all. And some of my friends during that time in corporate also, they were in Hyderabad, Chennai and all. So I started helping them out also. I went with them. I used to search houses for them through brokers and all of that.
Only.
And I felt this market is largely very unorganized. So there's a lot of gap for someone to build on this particular industry. Especially then I started studying about the Dubai markets. Then I started studying about the Western markets. So then I got to see there is a clear transition happening in this particular market. And largely being an unorganized sector, the builders have started entering into this segment, and they are making all sort of products in this market.
I think in this Western market and this Dubai Middle East market, they are growing because they had recognized the power of broker, these channels, channel partners. They recognize that profession. Profession is very recognized. In India, if you want to start this, people think that anybody can become a broker, anybody can become a real estate broker, because there is not any barrier to get the entry in this field. That's what I think. I also did my completed my studies right now and want to get into real estate. When I told my parents, because I'm also coming from a real estate family only, so they told me you can become real estate anytime you want to become. But because of my passion into real estate, there is not any path to go. Then I have to start with the corporate only, and luckily I got a good opportunity in corporate only. So I think there is a lot of unorganized sector in this market.
Exactly.
Profession.
But right now, to make yourself stand out of the competition, since you told there's no barrier to entry.
Yes.
That is a blessing in a disguise sort of thing.
Okay.
So in a way, but that is an opportunity for anyone who wants to start, because the market is so mature. But there's no matured expertise, people who are wanting to deal with these sort of properties.
Okay.
And that's where even the companies have already started entering. Let's say in commercial space, right now in Bangalore, especially in the southern part of Bangalore, there are already big firms who are made their entry into property consulting segment.
Okay.
So it is becoming more mature, and government is also recognizing real estate agents, real estate brokers as part of this ecosystem. In fact, states like Maharashtra, they have came up with something called a Samahara.
Okay. Yeah,
so
I had heard.
They have to pass exams.
Yeah, they had started this broker ka. There should be a transparent commission. The broker's commission should be there in the register
agreement. Sale agreement.
Yeah, it's good. It's important.
And right now, people also are wanting to go with property consultants and expert brokers who have the qualifications and the inventory what is needed for anyone. It's becoming more of a consultation sort of angle. So that's where we felt there's a huge gap in this market. If you are able to make a system for realtors, if you are able to employ them and give them the lifestyle. So I have seen people who are made fortunes out of this industry just starting as an agent. Without any even educational background and all of that. All they had is the willingness to go meet multiple people.
I think in real estate, people skill is the major skill that you should have. The communication, the people skill, the talking skill.
Exactly. So for someone who already has the understanding of how systems work, how corporate works, how is branding done and all of that. So I feel it's very capable and easy for someone to build a system out of this, brand it and scale it across the corners of the country, and even take it global. So, and I also started studying about these listing platforms. How do they work? Some of them are already trying to transition into the brokerage model.
Okay.
So
these platforms like 99 acres, Magic Bricks, they want.
Yes. So 99 acres and Magic Bricks so far has they are just providing the advertising space, and they are working with the brokers. Their majority.
So you had started with them, you got the listings from the toilet space, and then you started putting them in this Magic Bricks and these platforms, and then you are just
not only in these platforms, depending on the market, wherever is the traffic. Let's say Bangalore has a good amount of rental traffic in Facebook Marketplace also, or these groups and everything. So that's where your optimization as an entrepreneur comes. You have to find in which locality, what sort of listing reaches to the people who are searching actively. So that sort of so real estate and this realtor is it's more of an entrepreneurship profession is what I would say. So every realtor is he's not an employee. He's a real estate entrepreneur, because he has to do end to end, right from finding good properties, right from choosing what properties to market, where to market, how to find someone who is looking forward for that requirement in a consultation angle, and service requirement and all of that. So in a way, this market is evolving very fast. So anyone who's able to crack and scale it across would be very successful in the next 15-20 years.
Yes. So how this name came, Bream, you mentioned. What do you guys deal into right now?
Okay, sure. About the naming, so it abbreviates as Bharat Real Estate and Asset Management Solutions. So we wanted to start into this market. See, real estate is our bigger vision. When I started, maybe 15, 20, 25 years, we see ourselves a bigger player in this market, as a corporate bigger player in this market. So Bream comes out of that particular vision and mission what we had. So Bharat Real Estate, starting with brokerage, getting to understand the markets, micro markets, and trying to educate people around what it is and in this segment. and slowly transitioning into, asset management, trying to have, quantum of real estate assets, managing assets and all of that. So that's the philosophy, and that's where we also see ourselves in the future.
Okay.
So right now have started out very small, and the growth what we had over the past 2 years has been amazing. Is more than what expectations I had before stepping into this market.
Okay.
And looking forward to take it even bigger, and take it to a level where we justify for what we do in this sector.
So you had started with commercial or residential? How
So I started with residential in a small rental buildings. So because once you first you need to understand the industry, like how it works, who are the players of the ecosystem. So we initially started with small residential homes. So when people got to have a trust, and we were able to transact in volumes. So I was able to employ realtors, real estate entrepreneurs is what I would say, who want to work with us, teach them, give them the training, give them the expertise what is needed to operate in this segment. Then we got to sense that there's a lot of this particular game is an ocean.
Okay.
And like it's like you have everything in this. You have commercials, you have residentials, you have primary market, you have secondary market. So the scalability in terms of picking up one market and trying to master it, better than that, if you are able to find realtors, or if you are able to find real estate entrepreneurs who want to partner with you and work on a longer run, give them the
game of collaboration, I think. So real estate is a game of collaboration.
This is more of a people business than
it's not like that you have to only do a business. It's always been not a commission basis business and not a fixed payment. You are not getting a fixed payment like salary out of it, but people are earning a lot, like more than a salary person in commission.
It completely depends on the drive, commitment, hunger in the belly, what they have to take it forward. So I would say this is more of a people's business. So trying to sector-wise categorize and expand it. Our philosophy is we want to find people who want to work with us.
Started with the HSR location.
We started with the HSR location.
HSR only.
Initially small rental buildings. Then we wanted to understand our system. We wanted to fast pace our learning. Because we can't afford to spend a lot of time. Industry is so huge. If you want to start learning, you can learn forever in this industry without scaling it and all of that. So but we wanted to be a little smart. So we went found what are the players in the market, and we also partnered with one of Delhi-based firm to understand how the market works in the primary segment. So we went and partnered with them in one particular market. They offer like a franchisee service for people who wanted to take. So we took that franchisee. So that has fast-paced our learning.
So through that franchisee only you get into commercial, or like you started?
So that franchisee gave us a lot of experience on what it needs to get deals done in this market, how to grow in this market, how to scale in this market.
I think the knowledge.
Exactly.
And training for the modern real estate business, because you haven't been into
so within a year, we were able to, and I want to even give that credit and mention to Regro Infrastructure, so who has been our partner in that particular market. So they had a very fixed, plug and play system. Let's say if you want to work as a realtor in a particular area, so you can go up their franchisee. They will give you the expertise of what it needs to, cover properties, make builder tie-ups, and how do you scale from there? How do you operate? How do you focus on particular projects? And how do you convert into deals? And
if talk about the 2 years journey you had, so how many deals you had cracked in this real estate market? Totaling both commercial.
Totaling all of it, it's more than 50 plus.
Oh, great.
Considering all the small tickets as well as the bigger tickets.
You mentioned that Regro has helped in the lot of like training kind of a stuff, training and knowledge-based stuff for the modern real estate business. So I have one more question related to that only. Like if a person like me, like I'm a college student right now, you cannot talk about the college student, a student of a person of age of 21, 23, if they want to start their real estate career. So what are the top 5 skills that are required for that person? Like how he or she can decide actually that why she want to get into or he want to get into real estate. So what are the top 5 skills that you talk about?
So since I've already mentioned you, it's a people business. So first of all, he has to unlearn a lot of things what he has traditionally got into through his education system. So he has to be okay with working in commercial, like commission model. Okay, he has to unlearn a lot of things with respect to, fixed pay and all of that. And it's not the responsibilities what is going to be part of, it's going to be his own leadership of taking an inventory in his hold, trying to build relationships and trying to,
I think being a leadership and taking responsibility.
Yes.
You mentioned
taking leadership, building responsibilities, having that entrepreneurial mindset.
This is a game of entrepreneurship. You have to think yourself as a owner of that property.
Exactly.
Then you can sell with that.
So you need to understand a lot of macroeconomics behind how to sell properties, how to marketing.
Okay.
So marketing is a very essential skill.
Yes, marketing.
And also operations, planning, how he can plan his days, weeks and months ahead to ensure he's having
because
good
I think
inventories to sell.
It's not a game of 9 to 5 only. It's a game of 24/7 only, I can say.
Yes,
if you want to get into your phone can't stop ringing. If you will start a real estate journey, phone can't stop. I had watched meme recently.
And more than all of the skill sets, what I would say, fundamentally he has to be okay to be patient.
Yeah.
For a very good amount of time. Yes. Because deals don't happen overnight or deals don't happen over weeks.
Yes.
It happens over months and sometimes years.
Okay.
But the reward of what you would be getting out of making a deal is huge.
Yes.
So that is going to be an ultimate motivator. And fundamentally he also has to have the hunger to go every day to the field, explore properties without that tiresome and obviously there is going to be ups and downs. So the persistence what he has to build over a quantum of days or months to ensure to succeed in this industry. So these sort of fundamentals, and he has to have a clear purpose why is he doing this people business. So if he is that sort of enthusiastic, he will he or she can definitely make a very good sort of fortune in this industry.
Got you. And I think when I had mentioned, when I was asking a question from you that he or she can.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that is something that.
So I should have rephrased it as he or she. Yeah. But since
I'll tell you, recently this $1 million listing India came, and I had seen that this. I am not exactly getting the name of that. Yeah, it's Karuna Gidwani, I think. And there's one more realtor. Her Instagram only says that realtor girl.
Yes.
Realtor. She had started her Instagram only.
Yes.
Like I have from them only. I got inspired to change my Instagram name only Arpit.Yadav to Arpit.realestate because these girls or these women are real. They have not been into this organized sector, because this sector has not been that much recognized, been organized. So these women have always not been hesitant to get into this sector, I think. Yes. But now it's getting changed. I think it changed a lot. Lot of real estate corporations, big corporations are also hiring women, and they're I think cracking very good deals. Recently, I've been met with one realtor. She also got featured into Forbes 30 under 30, and in women real estate. It's great that she did more than 100 crores of sale last year alone. Even I think if we combine a company ka sales, company are not only earning 100 crores, doing revenue 100 crores. That only a single woman did sales like that. So what's your views on this woman?
That's what. First of all, I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge that. I should have acknowledged it as he or she.
Yes.
Because again it gets into a controversy of not giving credit to women who are doing really great in this industry. And so far as per the statistics, so far especially into the brokerage segment or the realtor segment, it has been heavily men dominated due to the lifestyle of what it requires. But right now women are getting more access to what it requires and the type of freedom, especially in tier 1 cities. And in fact they are doing really great even in I used to work with a lot of sales offices. So I see a lot of enthusiastic women into this particular sector, and I would say right now market is also very matured right now. So it offers all you need to have is the talent, expertise, and the willingness.
Recognition to them.
Yes, so I would say absolutely there's no gender gap or if you're a woman who wanting to start your this thing.
And that word of if I'll say bluntly that this word of real estate broker ko log dalal bolte the, that word is getting changed to consultant, a property consultant. Because the same thing when I had watched this MDL only in Gurgaon, the properties are these flats, apartments are more than 100 crore. If a person is investing a price of 100 crore in any for a home, for his dream home, I think that guy is also going to be should meet with the right person, like the right
Correct.
property consultant who can get the right amount of knowledge that how much return you are going to get and what are the benefits of that property actually, because real estate has always been a thing of scam. Also, a lot of scams are there in real estate, and now people are getting the knowledge about this scam because the consultants, they have the knowledge, they are helping you getting the right flat, right home, right office. I think they should get recognized, and I think women are also getting recognized in this market right now.
Exactly. This is a gold mine for even, women to come work and, make a fortune, in the future. So it is very open. Like right now, in fact, this gender neutrality has already been established in this segment, is what I would say. And as you spoke about, it's more of, people wanting to trust on someone and, put all their money to make a choice. Because this market is an ocean. All you can, do to, find a better sort of investment for yourself or, a end use or whatever it is keeping a trust on someone who can do that particular, filtering. Because all these consultants, it's their full-time job to explore the market, to see what is going to be the, best product for them, like not a product, a property, an asset for someone to believe and invest in.
Yes.
So that's what, again, it goes on to the lens of people's business than product based business.
I think people have till now have got to know about it's not a game of only men's who are age of 40, 30 getting into real estate. I have given you the view why bachelor should start getting into real estate and why women also can start their journey as a real estate broker or real estate entrepreneur again. It's not a broker game. You can easily say it's a real estate entrepreneur game for sure.
Exactly. In fact, on one other point I would like to mention, since you told bachelors. So your bachelorate is the best time to get into this industry.
Yeah. You can try a lot of things in this.
Exactly.
You can try it out
because there is going to be a lot of patience. There's going to be a lot of persistence, since I told you. And it's more of, uncertainty over the, future. So during your bachelorates, if you are able to, get into the sector, get some 2-3 years of experience, you would be very comfortable with the lifestyle, the entrepreneurship lifestyle. So then, you can, then slowly the stability comes into the picture when you are able to, find your focus projects. You are able to find, your sort of niche, what it's required for you to, operate in the industry for the next 10-15 years. So
let's deep dive into real.
Exactly. I would honestly want more people out of college choosing this as the their future industry and trying it out.
So
give it a try. It will give you a lot of experience. I'm not even kidding. Let's say if anyone out of college, they take a leap of faith, trying this industry for the next 2 years.
So now let's get directly into the trends of commercial real estate in Bangalore, how it's going on. Like we had already talked a lot of fundamentals about real estate, why people should get into this and how it's going on in India right now. So if we talk about about HSR layout, so why do you think that HSR layout is going to be something next big commercial hotspot for startups or companies? What benefits HSR layout is offering?
If you talk about commercial establishment in Bangalore, it all started in Kormangala, that particular area when the previous OG companies, tech companies who came. So that spilled over the Sarjapura Road and recently the Outer Ring Road and all of that, Hosur Road, Electronic City. So HSR being a very strategic location, HSR is called Hosur Sarjapura Road layout.
Okay. So Hosur Sarjapura, first time I got to know about Hosur Sarjapura Road.
HSR abbreviates for Hosur Sarjapura Road layout. The layout which has been made in between Hosur Road, which is the Electronic City and everything, and the Sarjapura Road where you have Wipro and these sort of Indian companies. So HSR is a BDA layout, meaning the layout has been done by the government very properly, given all the urban infrastructure and everything taken care at that time. That's why you have sectors, proper main roads.
How many sectors are there?
So HSR has 7 sectors.
7 sectors.
Yes, sir.
And majorly into commercial, like all of the sectors.
So all of the main roads in HSR are fully commercialized now.
Fully commercial.
So when the Kormangala has become little dense and all of that, people were looking for an alternative to have their commercial retail outlets, office spaces, startups and all of that. That's when around 15 years back, 2010, 2015, during that time when HSR got the eyes of the founders, when they got the the commercial retail outlets, when they got to know there's good amount of population who wants to try out different things in terms of their lifestyle, they have started moving into this particular locality, and every main road has become commercial space and commercial layouts, and all the crossroads has good amount of streets with a very good amount of greenery, parks and everything. So that's how the commercial boom has started in HSR layout.
And now there are a lot of like all the companies are there in Bangalore, in HSR layout especially.
And
like,
especially talking about the startups, when this unicorn thing
Unicorn
which has
Street is also there.
globally went showing up, getting the attention of global investors into Indian ecosystem. So when they were searching for good place to have their startups established, HSR layout again came into the eyes of the founders, which I've told you. And
I think the same thing is happening with Bangalore as well. Right now, people are getting out of the Bangalore and focusing on Hyderabad market. The same, because Bangalore is full of the companies.
In fact, there's a very good history where there's a street called 17th Cross in HSR.
Yeah.
So right now there are more than 5-6 unicorns in that particular street alone.
Okay.
So there's Vedantu and
It's
there's
known as Unicorn
Watford.
Street, I think so.
It's called the Unicorn Street right now. It's popularly called as the Unicorn Street, but it is 17th Cross. Yeah.
Got you. And like another question that I'm getting now is that if any startup founder is watching this podcast, or if any startup founder coming from any tier 2, tier 3 city in Bangalore, and they want to rent or lease a new office space in HSR layout or in any part of the Bangalore, what are the major things, like 2 to 3 things that they should check it before? Like, so there should not be any scam or something sort of like the things that they should consider or they don't consider. Can you tell about
Got
this?
it. See, fundamentally, it's more about the requirement matching.
Yes.
If they feel the talent pool of people who wanted to work with their startup, more or less fits into the location, first thing. Second thing, with respect to pricing, it has to go fair with what is running in and around the market, not just inflating and all of that. So if they are able to find a space which more or less fits a requirement, and commercial market is becoming more standardized with rent per square feet basis. So it's more or less becoming more mature compared to any other market, compared to other segments. So I would say if they are able to find a consultant who is able to solve for all these problems, they can go with him, and he will solve that sort of problem. And there's already plug and play office spaces which have already been into there's companies like Urban Vault and Beehive. These people are offering that specific sort of services.
Plug and play. What is the feature of like plug and play?
Plug and play meaning the office doesn't have to do any asset heavy investment.
Okay.
Everything is done. You just lease out the space for a particular seat basis rent or square feet basis rent.
Recently also as we had got to know that WeWork in other like overall WeWork had got bankrupt, but WeWork India is profitable right now.
Yes.
And I think WeWork India is part of Embassy only. The Embassy owns this, and they have a lot of office space in Bangalore. I think it's going on
exactly
crazy. Like,
so the GCC hub is already Bangalore.
Yeah.
So it is going to continue for upcoming decade for sure.
Yes.
There's not going to be any sort of turbulences globally also.
Yes.
So commercial market right now is booming in Bangalore market, especially in HSR layout. And we are also working in this particular state for consulting for startups, companies who wanted to take space. So in case if you are looking out, you can also reach out to us.
So I think we had already discussed a lot of serious content around real estate. So let's get down thoda sa easy peasy karte, and I have 3 to 4 rapid fire questions for you,
sure,
which can be interested for our audience as well.
Definitely.
So like you can talk about like one area in Bangalore which you think it's very overhyped right now.
So in terms of residential, I would say Sarjapura Road.
Okay.
Because the infra on that road is yet to cope up, and it's going to be a very tough transition. Especially metro construction is yet to be done. And the roads are very congested there.
Okay.
So it is going to be a great hub maybe in the next 15 years.
Okay.
But up until there's going to be a lot of drilling and all of that.
What is the average price there for a 2 BHK if I talk about this in Sarjapura?
So a square feet you could consider somewhere around 10,000. Okay, if you're looking with a decent builder.
Okay.
10,000 to 12,000 is what I would say.
Price of a 2 BHK.
And right now there is a huge demand supply mismatch.
Okay.
This demand is huge and the supply of inventory in that particular area is less.
It's less.
But the prices are inflated. Okay. So though there is a demand supply and there's not going to be a match just because of the price point. So that's where I it feels like little bit of inflation around that particular area.
Got it.
So the better choices would be Whitefield, North Bangalore, or even the Hosur Road. Because the infra is yet to catch up for the development which is happening there. But in the next 10 to 15 years, it's going to be great. Yeah.
Got you. And another is that as you mentioned that you are dealing into both residential or commercial.
Yes.
So what's the most if talking about from perspective of client?
Yeah.
So what's the most difficult client? A residential home buyer or a commercial startup founder?
Definitely a residential home buyer.
Okay.
Because they are putting their lifetime investment into locking this particular place, what they want to call it as home.
Okay.
So it is a emotional investment for them. So they have a lot of parameters, and it takes a lot of effort to convince them, to go for whatever is the best available in the market compared to a commercial. See, commercial, if the requirement matches, and in commercial it's more or less a similar products what all of them are offering.
Everything is similar.
Especially we have spoke about the plug and play setup. If a founder sees he has maybe a studio like this, and like a workspaces of 50, 60 seats and 4 or 5 cabins. If everything matches and if it's on a right locality for a good price, it's a no-brainer for him to take it forward. But in residential, it's not the case. No, it's its own.
Everyone wants.
It's the place what they want to call it home.
Yeah, different, something unique features about it.
Yes.
But let's talk about you are a realtor.
Yes.
So if I'll ask you from your perspective that you want to build a dream office of yours.
Yes.
So what's some sort of crazy feature that your office should have? You can be as creative as you can.
Sure. So see, since we are into real estate industry, it's a lot about moving here and there to catch up with the builders or the customers, showing exploring a lot of different localities. One constraint is if you have an office stationed around one particular area where you barely spend time, just for your operations planning and everything, you sit at your office and the business happens and the sale happens in the client's location or in the builder's location. If you could have a moving office on wheels, okay. So maybe like a caravan.
About this fish on wheels, or biryani on wheels,
because see, real estate is a lifestyle entrepreneurship sort of thing.
Yes.
You can't afford to be stationed at one locality and expect your sales to happen. So if office is a caravan sort of a setup which could move with all the luxury amenities stationed in that a caravan or any sort of thing. Or if our physical office could move, that would be a great idea to have. So
great. I think audience have got a lot of fun with these questions. So like again coming back to our real estate stuff. So like I had got to know about in India, like as you mentioned, that there are not any proper organization. It's not any organization that is focusing on making rules or making transparent rules for the brokers, for residential home buyer, for commercial. But according to you, is there any active organization who are working upon this, like in Bangalore or overall India? Like I heard about this NAR, like these associations like NAR,
yes.
or like are they active? Are they really active?
Very good question. So first of all, the regulatory framework has already been passed by the government itself. There is an organization called RERA. So Real Estate Regulatory Authority.
Okay.
So they take care of all the regulation which has to fall with the builder, fall with the consultants who are working in the market and all of that. In fact, states like Maharashtra has started conducting their own exams to have property consultants itself.
Yes.
So which we have already spoke about.
Okay.
And so right now there is other association of brokers, like National Association of Realtors. So right now they are active. They host events and but they are yet to reach their pinnacle ages of boasting about their own presence in our micro market.
There is also an association called CREDAI, I think.
CREDAI.
What do they do? Like?
So they are also very similar to NAR.
NAR only. Okay.
So this is Confederation of realtors. I'm also not very sure about their.
I think they have different chapters like CREDAI, Bangalore, CREDAI,
so
Delhi.
That's what these associations are yet to mature, is what I would say. Right now they are in their early stages, wanting for a recognition, which is happening because of the movement in the industry, but real estate is still yet to reach that branding sort of setup with the builders, where builders are competing each other. So once we get into that sort of maturity in the market, associations are going to play a very good role. Good role. Because already in countries like US, Dubai, there's already these associations vouching for benefits for realtors, well-being of these realtors. I
heard about this, like in US, if you want to become a real estate broker, it seemed like in India, the CA, they have to do articleship, and a realtor also have to do like articleship kind of a stuff in a good real estate company for 6 months. Then only you can become
exactly. So this market for these associations are yet to mature.
Yes.
And I see it happening very fast.
It's happening.
It's happening.
The future for real estate is a good, like
very good.
Brokers also, it's good. Like
right
not
now,
only for builders, talking about the perspective of brokers, they are also going to be?
Definitely. And right now, real estate is also a cyclical business.
Yes.
It goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down.
Yeah.
Right now, we are in a bull run.
Okay.
Up until 2030. Up until that time, I am very optimistic there's going to be very good maturity in this market.
Maturity. So if we talk about the future of real estate, if we talk about from the technology that is coming up, being you are also from a tech background. So if it recently I had went to a real estate expo only. So I went there and there are a lot of developers had put up their stalls, and I had seen that. I went to all the stalls there. They have their brochures of properties, but one stall was very creative. That they have the VR setup, and they given me the VR, and when I put on my face, it gave me the whole villa ka experience on my eyes, sitting in their expo only. So what do you think? Is any other tech about VR or this tech
there is a lot of tech in this industry which is has a scope of becoming a very good product in the future. Okay. So right now this industry is getting globalized.
Okay.
So the Dubai real estate is getting sold in Mumbai real estate is getting sold in Dubai. So how do you think it's happening? It's happening through all these technological experiences, what these realtors are providing to the client base to there. And also with respect to, even the titles and everything, land banks, land records, everything is getting digitalized. So there is crypto in this market.
There's a website called Bhulek that is by government of India only. They have all the digital records of properties, I think.
And land, so the main problem with land investment. So land is one of the beautiful investment in real estate industry.
Yes.
But the illiquidity of it becomes a challenge. So right now a lot of technology players are getting into this particular problem statement of making it liquid in the future through cryptocurrencies and all of that. So they are making it into blockchain, all the land records into blockchain. So anyone could transact any piece of land with clear titles, at the ease possible. So all these sort of innovations are coming in. And if you are a technology founder, real estate is a very great industry to work since it's a very unorganized sector. It's becoming organized. So you have a lot of opportunities.
A lot of gaps are there. You can
can
fill. I think, and the companies I think nowadays these companies like MyGate, these new booming companies they are a PropTech companies which are started focusing this market of what I can say this companies property management. They do all the property management. There had never been any company who are majorly focusing on these stuff like property management. So these companies, no brokerhood, MyGate, this became big players in this market, I think.
Exactly. Every nook and corner as a property consultant, I see an opportunity for any founder to work and make it revolutionary.
Got you.
That many problem statements are because shelter is a basic need for anyone and everyone in this world. Okay.
And I like the point that you mentioned that land has always been illiquid asset because people can't. But I think nowadays, with the help of this real estate influencers, I can say, I want to give them the appreciation that the people like Ravi Kevalamani and all this Mayank Agarwal, Bhavesh Bhai, aa jao dikha denge. These guys are making this market a more liquid. The people, if you had invested in flat apartment, not only land, if I talk about because these guys are also into land, like in Pune, in this I think northern region, Maharashtra, all the areas. So they are helping the people are getting this real estate asset from illiquid to a liquid asset.
Exactly. Even the real estate marketing has got a lot of traction now.
Yes.
So if you are able to build a very good product around real estate marketing also. So right now the traditional ways of marketing of putting ads on papers have totally got out of trend. Now people are buying from Instagram reels. So if you are able to build a product around showcasing a house through an Instagram reel, which you could catch their attention in 5-10 seconds, people are ready to make a purchase. So that sort of capitalistic drive this the world is going on right now. And real estate is also becoming more mature, and that is also a very good scope for anyone to work on real estate marketing related problem statements.
So now talking about your personal journey actually. So you had started as an independent broker in this HSR market, and now you had started your own company, Bream Realty. What are some of the challenges, some of the major challenges that you have faced in this journey, as a realtor? Talking about.
Surely. So this sector was relatively new to me. Now it's not new anymore since I've already invested almost 2.5 years. But initially there used to be a lot of mental barrier for me to get out of my house and go cover properties, to actively talk to people. So I have been introvertish for a good amount of time in my life. But slowly the transition happened during my college and everything. So that sort of mental barrier, it's entropy always goes entropy goes down. World becomes more disorganized. You have to push yourself to actually motivate yourself.
Personal
There's not
grit
going to
should
be
be
anyone
there.
who's going to push. There's not going to be a boss who's going to be like, do this, do
Yes,
that.
yes, yes.
You have to push yourself to, navigate in this particular market. So that sort of challenges I had. There were days, I feel like, why should I work? Should I even work, and those sort of things. But the moment you get to realize and see the sort of consistency is what it's gonna pay you off in a longer run. And given that it's more of a people business, and the sort of energy you have to reflect for yourself first for people to believe in you to join, partner, and make it a bigger thing. So from there onwards, I tried to push myself, and now that I'm in a very comfortable state to navigate everyday challenges, and also building systems and people in this business is going to be a very major challenge.
Yes.
Because this is a non-uniform product.
Yeah.
There is going to be
Every time there is a new demand, new supply will also be
new
there.
demand,
you have
new
to find
supply.
a new supply actually.
And every home is different.
Yeah.
Every product you're selling is different. Everything has a different geographical coordinates. Right. It's not like you have exact same type of cars you will be selling with different models.
Yes.
So everything is different in this market. Every day is different. Every people you are meeting are new. So
to be
these are
adaptable, like start learning adaptable to new things actually.
Exactly. So all fundamentals what you could carry for yourself is to have a people's mentality where you can understand psychology, you can understand what they're looking forward, how to serve them, and carry that sort of energy with you to make it a bigger thing. So that's what system wise scalability is little tough of a challenge because it's a non-uniform product.
Got it. And I think people like me, when I was thinking about getting into real estate, I have this philosophy in myself that I want to learn something new each and every day. So I thought that real estate is a place where you can learn something new each and every day, new things.
There is going to be
you can meet new people. Like every day you are going to meet. I am having this philosophy, like I want to meet around 5 new people each and every day. Wow. So I think real estate is something that can be.
So that's what, for such sort of people who have the entrepreneurial drive, who are okay, having that uncertainty towards, things, and who are energetic, enthusiastic, about meeting new people. So people scalability is very possible in this industry. So there has been a lot of people who are, showing active interest to come work with us, and it's a team sport.
Yes.
So see, as a lone wolf, it becomes very difficult for anyone to do. But let's say, the operations are going to be different. There's going to be different portfolio, some 2 different realtors are going to handle. But the sort of spirit they get, sitting together, discussing about the sort of inventories they have and how are they planning to sell every different client experience.
Got
It creates that sportive environment for people to compete as well as thrive and grow together. So people wise scalability is very possible in this industry. So as Bream Solutions, we wanted to build people who wanted to come work with us, carry that mentality forward. So based on our 2.5 years experience in this industry, we have a lot of things sorted out, and especially given my sort of inclination towards building systems. So it's like a plug and play for someone who wants to join us and grow together in this market. So that sort of philosophy is what we wanted to take forward with this particular business. So I see Bream Solutions maybe, the next 2, 3, 5 years to be, 100 people, 150 people organization who carry that, sales momentum forward. And, get deals done and, excited about, every day and carry forward that sort of energy. So that is what, I philosophize and, and also being a very client-centric approach. So more of a requirement matching than selling. More of a consultation approach than a selling approach or being a mediator. To have that expertise, to have that knowledge, to have that network, for someone to trust on you and put their money to have the faith for it to grow in the future.
Got you. So I think a lot of challenge. I think if sum up with all the challenges that we had discussed today, challenges or opportunities of real estate market, I think there's a little gap in this community. Like in real estate, brokers are not. They are not talking to each other. I think if we talk about bigger market, of course, if you are in Bangalore, you'll know the broker of HSR layout, Sarjapur Road, Whitefield. But if you are sitting in Bangalore, you can't talk to a broker in say at Kanpur, in my place, Kanpur, Lucknow, or these places. You can't talk to them. There is not community. So I think if I just have a request, if Bream Realty can solve this problem of making one community of brokers, which can, I think, give knowledge to each other, and they can help, of course, because it's a game of transactions at the end. So I think you mentioned that people of Dubai buying property in Mumbai, people of Mumbai buying property. Why should not people in Mumbai should buy property in Delhi and Delhi wala Bangalore? there should be a community of brokers in India, I think. So that's...
See, honestly, real estate locally is one of the most collaborative business or most collaborative industry which you could ever consider, but on a local level.
On a
local level.
It's very on a local level. Like,
yes, but the expertise, the people skills, and the sort of understanding you wanted to have to operate in this market doesn't have any bound. Okay, so whatever sort of a proposal you have, that a Delhi broker can learn something, see this $1 million listing, which is basically mostly out of Gurugram.
Gurgaon.
But the South Indian brokers based out of Bangalore, Chennai, we are getting to learn a lot on how to market luxury properties. So your idea of building a community, we will definitely take into consideration. And in fact, we are already working on the local level, integrating the local level communities. And in fact, we work in partnership with a Delhi-based firm also. So this sort of collaboration is anyway there. We will definitely take it forward to build our own community and community of brokers who can carry forward that spirit of the sport of real estate and take it to the next level.
Got it. I think that was a goldmine of insights. I think Sai sir had not only talked about his personal journey, but also the reality of real estate in Bangalore. I think whether you are a first-time investor or any startup founder looking for build your own dream office in Bangalore, you can reach out to Sai sir. You can add points like about the Bream Realty Solutions, what you guys are offering in.
Sure. So we offer buy-sell leasing solutions in and around Bangalore. Niching down, if you are a startup founder looking forward for your dream office in HSR layout itself, or if you are a retail outlet wanting to have your outlet, any sort of commercial space, if you want in and around HSR layout, we are there to serve you. We are there to consult you first, and you can reach out to us for those sort of demands. And also, since we operate both on residential as well as commercial segment, we wanted to grow as a brand. We wanted to grow as a corporate entity in this particular space, and we have a very ambitious visions, given the sort of philosophy we have over our long term. So if you are looking forward to sail along with us in this particular ship of Bream, we are there with you. We will give you the mentorship. We will give you the support. We will give you our knowledge and everything. If you have that right mindset,
we are open for collaboration. Actually,
exactly. Yeah. If you have the right mindset of becoming a real estate entrepreneur in this particular landscape, you can come work with us, and we can sail along together. We can explore different markets, and we can find different islands in this market. And
we had also started putting a lot of content in our social media pages around real estate. So make sure to follow our other social media channels, Instagram and LinkedIn as well. Just stay tuned and stay learned about the market real estate.
Definitely.
Market.
So that's what we have increased the this sort of knowledge sharing sessions for people to inspire and step into this sector, since it is attaining maturity at this point of time in India. So if you wanted to reach out to us as a end customer looking forward for requirements, or you wanted to sail along with us in this particular journey, so come join us and we will sail together. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much for being here.
And thanks a lot, Arpit, for having me. Yeah, thank you.